It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight.
Ed, always a pleasure to be in the booth with you. It reminds me a lot of my backcourt teammates. Actually, they were faster, could jump higher, and could shoot better. But anyway, we got a big-time matchup tonight.
You know, Jay, if you take a couple of letters and vowels away, you can go from Cohen to Duhan, just like that. The Hawks control the tap. Trae Young to Parker. Here's a chance from long range. Trae Young able to knock it down. Tough shot with the hand in his face.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
From the painted area, won't go down. Hawks with the basketball. Has a chance. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Simmons to Embiid. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Shot from the lane won't go.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Horford. Richardson. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jabari Parker missed his first. That one goes. Here's Simmons with it up top. They trail by 7. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
Trae Young to Parker. That's no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harris to Embiid. Clint Capella pins it.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
And scores, plus the foul. Al Horford taking it to the basket. And now with a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Al Horford at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Here's Atlanta with the basketball. To Parker. Jabari Parker. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Nothing going here on that drive. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Teague. To Capella. It was right there.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Al Horford coming back to Atlanta has to leave the organization shaking their heads. Atlanta thought he was done. I thought he was done. Looks like we were both wrong. You don't know what you got until it's gone.
Good look that time, but off the mark. To Simmons. Cruises inside for two.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Harris to Horford. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. His first effort off the mark. Parker to Capella. Finish that.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Parker with it. Looking to make something happen. Jabari Parker. 3 for 4. Good start.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Driving is Simmons, but a shot no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Nice finish at the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Trae Young. They work it to Capella, down low. Nice pass to set things up.
Old school equals high percentage.
Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Knocked loose. Sixers have it. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Unconventional to say the least. It's no good. John Collins swats it. Ben
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Time expires on this period. The Hawks with the lead. Second quarter is set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Trey Burke. Trey Burke is going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 79% at the line. First try at the line, no good. Second and 3, got it.
Like practice.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Teague to Kevin Huerter.
Hey, watch this screen left. He's flashing, bump him.
Sizing up the defense. Deep and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Burke with it, trailing by 4. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Screen coming. Teague has a look. The shot by Nene, no good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Trey Burke. And it's the big man, Len, with the rebound. Teague with the basketball. Lead is 2. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Teague. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. To Embiid. Almost unlucky bounce. Parker into the front court. 2-point advantage. Knocked loose. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And scores. Strong take.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Parker. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Nene, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 66%. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Sixers control it. Takes stock of the floor. Weighs his options. Trey Burke. Gathered in by Parker. Teague with it up top. Leads a bucket.
Big tick right there.
He was hacked. They let it go. Embiid. Trying to cash in. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Joel Embiid.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Time for some new personnel into the game. Teague. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Trae Young. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Knocks down the first.
For the 76ers, number 9, Kyle O'Quinn.
Goes 2 for 2. Hawks have it.
Hey, match up, match up, match up.
Defensive 3-second violation for Philadelphia. For the Atlanta. Number 11, shooting 1.
Hits the free throw. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Fires the three, buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Alex Len tips it. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Jabari Parker. Trey Burke. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. To Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Embiid. Richardson. Five on the shot clock. Trey Burke. Trey Burke is going to get a chance at three here, shooting 75% so far tonight. First free throw is good. Second and three is good.
Number 12, Evan Turner. Subbing in for Philadelphia, number 33.
Hits all three free throws. It's Atlanta ball.
I got this play out. Let's go.
Trey Young.
1 minute remaining
To Parker.
in the second.
Josh Richardson.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Parker to Teague. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebound taken by the Sixers. Richardson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Teague with the basketball. It's a one-point game as we approach halftime. Parker to Teague. Short jumper stays out.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Teague with it up top. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Off the assist.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Tobias Harris is going to get 3 shots here. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Hits a second. One more coming.
Coming right back to you.
Three for 3. Nice.
Way to hit.
Long Key from 3/4 court. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks aren't down by too much at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game drive. Steals.
That must have been a difficult half of basketball for these coaches to watch. Neither team was able to hold on to the ball, as you can see by the steals in these highlights. Still, some credit should go to the guys with the active hands.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Simmons with it. Looking to make something happen. Embiid, good for two.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Teague to Trae Young. Here comes the screen. Parker to Trae Young. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Trae Young at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, counted. Able to convert on both free throws. Simmons. Here's Atlanta. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Throws it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Trae Young to Capella. Oh, he had it. Has a chance. Rebound taken by Parker. To Teague. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Joel Embiid. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
To Capella. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Trae Young. Now a steal by Philly.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
There it is, Al Horford. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first All-Star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
I got ball.
Trae Young to Teague. Here comes the screen. Down to Labissiere. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 20, John Collins. And number 12, Devin.
Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Al Horford rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Josh Richardson. Tough shot. Well defended. To Teague. Trae Young to Capella. Clint Capella. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Number 11.
And counted at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Trae Young to Capella. Cleans the offensive glass. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Embiid. Curling inside. Free throws coming up.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And he connects on the first free throw.
For the Hawks, number 3.
Two for 2 on that trip. Teague with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Ben Simmons sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
No, he missed a short one there. Capella to Teague. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Josh Richardson trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Here comes the screen. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. It's the Sixers out in front. Hawks with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Jabari Parker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. And he missed the free throw. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Teague with it up top. His guys down by 9. Defense making the ball handler work. Not done yet to Parker. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. Teague with the basketball. His guys down 11. Mike Scott with a piece. Jabari Parker. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Embiid. Able to convert inside.
2 points. The assist from number 8.
Hawks with the basketball. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Teague with it up top. 14-point deficit. Steps through and scores.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Trey Burke picked up by Teague. For 3. And the rebound by Nene. Parker with it. The deficit now up to 12. He's looking for that touch. Runner's good there.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Lays it up and in. Sixers call for time as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for the Atlanta Hawks, number 11.
Harris's shot won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Tobias Harris pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
The feed stolen away. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Richardson. Not today. Parker into the front court. Down 12. Taken by the Sixers. And throws it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Parker to Trae Young. Knocked loose. Has a look. It's Embiid with the rebound. To Richardson. Around the perimeter. Fires the 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Now the Hawks coach gonna call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Sixers have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark to Horford. Richardson. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Parker. Beyond the arc for three. Rebound Horford.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
There it is, Al Horford. He's now 4 for 6. Here's Atlanta with the basketball.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Simmons to Richardson. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers came away with the victory in this one. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. The Hawks put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Bench points.
The Philadelphia 76ers can confidently say it was the player of their substitutes that was a big reason, if not the biggest reason, for their success today. Tremendous job by the reserves to be impactful in this matchup.
Player of the game.
Simmons gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top plays.
number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the remaining games. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.